Hotel Echo Lima Lima Oscar. Good evening from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly from Southeast London, England. This is your main host himself, the one and only DLG Repping, otherwise short for Delete London Guna. Space Romeo Echo Papa Papa Indigo November. And yes, this is a happy live stream for myself because we got 3 points against Manchester City at the 13th attempt in the Premier League game. Yes, in a Premier League game. Imagine that. 13th attempt, and we've finally beaten Manchester City in the English Premier League. And I am ecstatic. And you can understand some of the emotions around the Emirates Stadium. It's been that long. But yesterday, it was fully deserved. We battled, we controlled large parts of the game, and from 1 to 11, there's not really much negatives from any player. You couldn't pick a fault in an Arsenal player. But that being said, David Raya had a moment earlier in the game where his clearance deflected off Alvarez and hit the side netting. That was the heart in your mouth moment. On another day, we would have been 1-0 down. And then Nathan Ake has an opportunity where a cross comes in. I think it was headed back across goal. Haaland gets the flick on, and Nathan Ake, he might have taken it on first time, hit it 1-0 down, or he might have hit it on he might have hit it on the second attempt, which he did. If that's the case, then he should be scoring. I mean, we were lucky not to be 1-0 down, if not 2-0 down, if the truth be told. Because at the beginning of the first half, let's say the first 20 minutes, or inside the first 20 minutes, we were quite nervous. Until we got control of the ball, we looked ourselves and we looked really comfortable and at home. And it's a shame we didn't create many opportunities in the first half until the second half. Martinelli comes on. He has our only shot on target, our first shot on target. And that was very encouraging. And the set pieces we had, we had a couple of opportunities. We only had 2 shots on target, where Man City had 1 shot on target all throughout that game. But before I go into the ratings, show me love, joy, and respect, and smash the thumbs up for me, yeah? Smash those thumbs up abundantly, left, right, and center, and gloriously. Let me see some thumbs up, smashed up. Some thumbs up in my channel, yeah? Speaking of love, joy, and respect, yeah? Share this channel virally all over the globe, especially to your friends and your relatives, yeah? If you're watching me on this platform for the very first time, yeah? Massive welcome on board, yeah? I like to keep it I like to keep you guys welcome. I like to think that you're comfortable watching me. Excuse me. Just share this channel amongst your friends and your relatives and tell them to share it amongst their friends and relatives, yeah? And in the comment section below, I would love your opinions, your thoughts of the game. Tell me about your experiences if you're at the Emirates, or whether you're watching at home or in a bar, whether you're watching it on a laptop, on your phone, etc. Just let me know your reaction, Arsenal fans. Man City fans, you're more than welcome to come into my comment section and give me your thoughts, your opinions of the game. Leave it in the comment section below. And as I've said many a times, yeah, my comment section is for positive feedback only. So keep it nice, but please keep it respectful. And I do mean that, yeah. And lastly, subscribe to the channel, yeah. Smash the sub button for me, left, right, and center, gloriously but passionately, yeah. Speaking of subscribers, we got 2 new subscribers. One of whom, it goes by the name of @DiePick Potatoes 69.55. Sir, shout out to yourself for subscribing to the channel, yeah? Much love and appreciation goes out to you, yeah? So encourage your friends and relatives to subscribe to the channel. And I've got another new subscriber. I couldn't catch the name, but sir or madam, shout out to yourselves. It don't matter where you're from, what gender you are, except your race, culture, etc. Shout out to yourself, sir. This is the Westernized channel, or madam. This is the Westernized channel, yeah? Thanks for the subscription. And I hope you look forward to hearing more from me, because I am going to be dropping more content as gloriously as ever before. So shout out to yourself. Right, let's get into the player ratings. The formation was a 4-3-3. In goal, David Raya. Now, he had a shaky first 20 minutes of the game, where his distribution with the ball was going astray. And then he got caught out by Alvarez with the deflection. Otherwise, I think as the game grew after that 20 minutes, he was confident coming out for set pieces. His distribution with the ball at his feet was much more improved, and it was a detrimental moment for the team when he's kicking from when he's clearing the ball when he needs to, and he's going long when he needs to, and he knew when he needed to make a pass, he did so successfully, complete more passes than he did by giving the ball away. But other than that, I don't remember him having a save to make in anger as such. So I'm going to give David a 6.5. Shout out to that one viewer who's watching me. Right back, Benjamin White. He was superb. Defensively as well as offensively. He gave Gabriel Jesus support from an offensive point of view, overlapping him, supporting him as much as he could. Defensively, he stood up to the challenges, whether it was against Doku or I don't know if it was against Foden or another winger. He stood up to the task well, and he kept solid as humanly possible. I thought he was superb. Won every header that came his way, I think, and he kept it completely solid all round. I'm going to give him a 7.5. William Saliba, my guy, my Rolls Royce, or our Rolls Royce. He has been an absolute immense signing and a terrific performer. I mean, the question is, where was Haaland? I can tell you this now. He was bodied by William Saliba. Bodied. Don't you agree with me, viewer? If you're new, like, comment, share, and subscribe. But for me, William Saliba was just immense. He didn't allow him to turn. He didn't allow him to have any opportunities or snuff at goal. For me, job well done. 9.5 for William Saliba. Gabriel dos Santos Magalhães, equally just as good as Saliba. He read the dangerous situations well, won his headers, physically competed with Alvarez and Haaland, and he was not fazed by the big occasion for me. Didn't put a foot wrong all game. 9 for Gabriel dos Santos Magalhães. Alexander Zinchenko. Defensively, well, he surprised me because he stood up to every challenge. He stood up to Doku in that second half, one-on-one, and he won his battle against him by tackling him fairly. Inverted from left back into midfield, and he affected the game in that way. I thought he was terrific on the ball. His distribution was terrific. I can't fault the guy as much, really. 8.5 for Zinchenko. Guys, I do invite you to use the comment section to give me your thoughts and your views. If you agree with my ratings or not, leave it in the comment section below. And as I've said a number of times here, please keep it nice, but keep it respectful. Right, moving into the midfield. Declan Rice in the pivot of the midfield. No, sorry, is it Declan Rice? Yeah, Declan Rice started in the pivot of the midfield. No, Jorginho, sorry. I'm going to talk about Jorginho. Now, for me, I had concerns with Jorginho starting that game in the pivot of the midfield, but my word, let me tell you something, yeah? I thought he was brilliant. The way he read the situation, he read the dangers, kept hold of the ball well, didn't give it away as much as I anticipated that he would do, and very sensible with his distribution of the ball. You know, played safe passes, and basically he was just sensible with the way that he passed the ball with his passing. Won his I thought he won his fair battles in that won his battles against Kovacic. I thought he outshone Kovacic and someone else in that midfield who started for Man City. And Silva as well. He was equally as good as Silva on the day. I'm gonna give him. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give him an 8.5. Declan Rice, my man of the match. He was all over that park, everywhere. Every time I watched him, he was making tackles all over that park, especially in the second half where he made an important tackle on Mateus Nunes, and it had to be timed correctly, and correctly he timed it well to start up another attack. Absolutely brilliant. Travelled well with the ball at his feet. Read the danger signs well, and intercepted it. It's as if the way that he's performed, he has been playing for Arsenal for years. And I'll tell you something, yeah, Declan Rice, he put in £105 million performance. I mean, you got Casado going for how much? I will still prefer Declan Rice over any midfielder in the Premier League right now. 10 out of 10 for Declan Rice. Martin Odegaard, well, his work rate off the ball, terrific. Closing every Man City player down as humanly possible just to get the ball. Won his challenges. On the ball, at times, there was just a moment of miscomposure. If it weren't for his composure, I mean, he would have set up Eddie Nketiah for an opportunity. But if you look at the game carefully, if you watch him carefully, when you get into the final third and he sees Eddie Nketiah, I don't think he wants to pass the ball to him, because I don't think he's got the confidence in Eddie Nketiah to get the ball, control the ball, get it out of his feet quickly, and shoot on goal. That's one thing I've noticed. But overall, I thought he was superb. 8 for Martin Odegaard. The front three. Right. Let's start off on the wings. Gabriel Jesus worked tirelessly hard, non-stop. And every time he had the ball in the final third against Guardiola, he caused him all ends of problems. And every time he was running at Guardiola, you could sense that something was going to happen, especially in the second half. I mean, that's when we got more shots on goal. All right, 2 on target to Man City's 1 on target, but he played a major part in our offensive play. Gabriel Jesus 9.5. On the other flank, Leandro Trossard, I have to say, not his best game. I thought he was so lackluster, so fragile. He looked really, really out of his depth. But again, you know, he had a go, but at the end of the day, I don't think what he was contributing to the team was enough. I'm going to have to give him a 6. Eddie Nketiah, worked hard when he worked hard in some stages of the game, but I didn't think he did enough for me. I would have to score him a 6. Not enough for me. I felt he could have done more, got involved in the game more than I would have liked him to get involved in the game more than per usual, even if it means dropping into midfield, um, helping out his midfielders, getting the ball, running at the defenders as best he can. Other than that, I didn't think he looked too much of a goal threat, if I'm being honest. And a number 9 position, that's a big position for us. And that's where we need to bring in someone in January. I just don't think Eddie Nketiah is ever going to be competent to fire Arsenal to the first league title in 20 years. I don't think he's got that competent and the composure as well in front of goal. I mean, he had one shot on goal, which was wide. That was in the first half. Other than that, I didn't see anything to suggest Eddie Nketiah should be our main number 9 striker. So, yeah, 6 out of 10 for me. I'm going to go on to the substitutions. The 4 substitutions that were made. Tomiyasu, he was more in the up front. Yeah, he was more up front in the defensive area than he was defensive. But when called upon, you know, he contributed towards the goal. I mean, Thomas Partey plays him a nice ball. He heads it onto Havertz. To Havertz. Havertz controls it, tees up Martinelli with a shot, and 1-0. Let's get on to Martinelli. For me, he was absolutely lively and superb. Got at Carl Walker, had a go at him, and you notice that Carl Walker and another Man City player were doubling up on him. They knew he was a problem, and a problem he was for Man City, especially Carl Walker. Carl Walker knew that he was in the game. Every time we gave the ball out to Martinelli, he was direct at Carl Walker, and Carl Walker is the fastest, maybe one of the fastest right backs in the world of football right now. Complete world class, and he caused them a problem or two. I'm going to give Martinelli an 8.5, and for the fact that he scored a deflected goal, so he gets an 8.5. Who else? Oh, Thomas Partey. He came on and he contributed a bit more than what I expected. Did his thing, played the long ball that caused havoc for the Man City central defenders, especially the whole defence. And every time he had the ball at his feet, he was just looking for a forward pass, and you can see the dynamic of dynamic of our play from an offensive point of view. You can see what he brings to the team, and he is a big loss when we haven't got him. Thomas Partey, 7 out of 10. Did I mark Takehiro Tomiyasu? Yeah, I gave him an 8. Tomiyasu, 7. Martinelli, I gave 8.5. I'll give him an 8.5. Who else came on? There was 4 of them. Tomiyasu, Martinelli, Partey, Havertz. How can I forget about Havertz? Now, for me, I have not been impressed with Havertz's performances, and him being on the bench justifies that. However, he came on and he contributed a little bit, and I have to give credit where credit is due, and he deserves his praise. Not only did he tee up Martinelli for the goal, but he did look after the ball quite well. So I'm going to give him a 6.5. Now, you know what? I'll give him a 7, to be fair. He contributed all around. Right, let's get on to the manager, Mikel Arteta. I thought he got the tactics absolutely spot on. Defensively, shaky in the first 20 minutes, but overall, especially in that second half, we were superbly solid. Every set pieces were defended. He made the substitutions at the right time for me, and that I thought that's what made the difference in getting that 1-0 win. I thought Mikel Arteta was absolutely superb. I thought his tactics were spot on. Didn't give much away. Obviously, at half time, he must have said to them at the interval, just keep doing what you're doing, keep it tight at the back. And when they have the ball in their defence, when the defenders have their ball, yeah, try and press them. One or two of you, try and go up there and press them and keep your shape. I can't have any complaints about Mikel Arteta's tactics. I think praising where praising is due, he gets a 10 out of 10. Right, the referee. Now, Michael Oliver, an absolute, I want to swear, but I don't want to swear. But he's a P, he's a P, and beginning with, he's a P and ending with K. For me, he allowed the game to flow. He reffed the game in a good old fashioned manner. Allowed the tackles to flow. I didn't mind that. Should have sent off Kovacic for the foul on Martin Odegaard, which was his first foul. He goes in, studs in on above Martin Odegaard's ankle, and his ankle went another way where it shouldn't be, and it was horrible. And to think that VAR checked it and to tell Michael Oliver not to send him off, Michael Oliver was equally responsible for not going over to the monitor screen and having a look for himself. But they obviously told him not to. Now, could the linesman have helped him out there? Because I don't know what goes on in Stockley Park, but I am sure there was some corruption in there. But that's not the reason why Arsenal were nervous in the first 20 minutes. But that moment there, he should have been told to go over to VAR. Overall, I'm going to give Michael Oliver a 6.5, if the truth be told. The Arsenal fans, 10 out of 10. How electric were they? I mean, wherever I looked around the stadium, because I was sitting in the North Upper, just above the Ultras and above the away fans, there was nothing but atmosphere, noise. You can feel the electric, you can feel that fire all over the Emirates. And for me, that's what the Arsenal players thrive on. You saw Saliba, Odegaard, encouraging the Arsenal fans to get to shout with their voice and make it as loud and clear as possible. For me, that is what the Arsenal players thrive on, that atmosphere from last season. And hopefully we carry that on home and away and in Europe. 10 out of 10 for the Arsenal fans. So that comes to the end of my ratings and the end of this live stream. So what a pleasure to do a very happy live stream with you guys. Absolutely electrifying atmosphere yesterday. Great performance by the team. Manager got his tactics spot on. There's no complaints there. So for me, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, allow me to say this on a positive note. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And saving the best to last. Thank you so much for putting up with me and my happy self for once. So do look after your friends. Do look after your families. Make sure you look after yourselves. More peace, more love, more blessings again. As always, from your host, your guy himself, DLG Repping. You know already we're going to chat again, yeah? Do remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel like 2 new subscribers have done. Thank you for the subscriptions. And I'll be here tomorrow for sure if I can push myself to do it, to do a Premier League roundup. Otherwise, I'm out of here. Good night. And remember, please always be nice. And I do mean be nice. Cheers.